In this video, I would like to explain how to find angles. I'll go over straight lines, a point, parallel lines, and some intersection of points, and four-sided shapes, plus triangles. So we'll cover all this in this video. Now, the first thing we need to know is that for every straight line, the straight angle is 180. Now in the exam, the question will look something like this here. So they give you this shape here. This is a straight line down here. Now this is 30 and that's 50. Find x. So we know the three of them should add up to 180. Since this is 30 and that's 50, so the answer is just going to be 180 minus the sum of these. 30 plus 50 is 80. That means x is 100. That's it. Now, let's look at this nice question here. They give you some straight line again, and they tell you this is the right angle. And they give you that 60. They ask you to find x. It's similarly, it's going to be 180 minus the sum of these two. It's 90 plus 60, which is 150. So it's just 30. And that's x. Now, this is what you expect for a straight line. I don't think the question will look more difficult than this. Now for a point, they add up to 360. So since this one is 100, this one is going to be 360 minus 100, which is 260. So x is just 260. It's a nice question. Now let's look at this question here. Now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 angles meet at this point. So these 4 angles should add up to 360. So to find x, you will do 360 minus the sum of these angles. So it's 40 plus 90, which is 130, plus 110. It's 130 plus 110. So it's 240. Now, so it's going to be 360 minus 240, which is 120. So x is 120. Now, let's look at the next one. Similarly here, it's a point again, and they add up to 360. Now, they gave us x and 2x. Let's first find the sum of x plus 2x. How do we do that? We will do 360 minus this angle, 30, plus 90, the right angle. So 360 minus 30 plus 90 is 120. 360 minus 120 is 240. Now that means x plus 2x, both together, they make up 240, right? So x plus 2x is 3x equals 240. So 3x equals 240. To find x, just divide by 3. And 240 divided by 3 is 80. That means this nice angle there, x, is 80. And that's not all, because we do have 2x here. If they ask you to find the value of 2x, it's just going to be 80 times 2, which is 160. However, if the question asks to find x, x is just 80. Nice question, isn't it? Now let's look at the next one. The next one is easy peasy. Triangle. Angles in a triangle, they add up to 180, sorry. So if you have this triangle here, this is 30 and that's 50. What's x? It's just 180 minus the sum of these two. 30 plus 50 is 80. That means x is 100. 180 minus 80 is 100. So x is 100. And that's it. Nice, isn't it? Now, The next shape here is a four-sided shape. From now on, every four-sided shape, the angles add up to 360. Now, let's solve for this x here. Let's first add them all, and then we'll do 360 minus the sum of these three. So this is 90, and this is 90. 90 plus 90 is 180. 180 plus 100 is 280. Now 360 minus 280, I think it's 80, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So x is just 80. How exciting. It's nice. Now let's look at this here. When two lines intersect in this shape here, these lines intersect like that. These angles here, let me just use a different color, are equal. So 50 and y are similar. So if this side is 50, this side is also 50. So we got y already. Y is 50. Now to find x, let's look at this line here on green, in green, this line. Look at this line. You have 50 on this side. So this side is just going to be 180 minus 50, because the first thing we learned in this video is the line makes 180, right? So if this is 50, this is 180 minus 50, which is 130. And x and z are similar. So if that's 130, the one down there is also 130. And we are finished with this question. Now if you have two parallel lines here, and there is a line intersecting these parallel lines, that makes 8 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 8 angles will have just two values. For example, we are given one value here, which is 60, right? Now, angle A there is called corresponding angle to this angle, so it's similar. So A is 60. Now, if you look at this 60 here and G, they look like the previous example, so they are similar. So this is 60 also. And now G is corresponding to D, so D is 60, right? So we got 4 of them are equal to 60. Now to find B, C, E, F, they are all the same value. How do we find it? Let's just look at this nice line here. If this part is 60, what's this part? This part is just 180 minus 60 because it's a line. So it's 180 minus 60, which is 120. Now if this is 120, C is 120. And if C is 120, E is 120. And F is 120. Finished. How was it? Was it easy? Do you think you understand? Can you please find X here and comment your answer? Thank you for following. Bye bye.